Hey, welcome to Handle and Blade, where if it's got a handle and it's got a blade, we're going to go ahead and review it. We're going to run it through a battery of tests. We're going to give you an opinion on how the blade functions, how it feels in the hand, how the handle is, and the blade as far as sharpness, anything we like and we don't like about the knife. So definitely hang in there, because there's going to be some things that may come up as an issue. And if you're looking at this knife to buy it, or it's something you're seriously considering, definitely hang with us through this video, because you may find that it is the right knife. You may find it might not be the one. So we're going to go ahead and start with the handle itself. It is a polymer underneath here with a rubberized coating over the top, which is great in the hand. So from the handle perspective, very comfortable. It's going to hold up if you got sweaty hands, if you got wet hands. It's going to be great. The grip's going to be there, and you have a little bit of a curve here where your thumb can dig into for using it for cutting, slicing, stabbing. If you're going in for anything at all, going to work great. Let's go ahead and talk about the case here real quick. Slides in, it locks in. This is a molded plastic to the handle, so and it has no give, so it holds this knife in place. It's not just all of a sudden going to fall off on you. You can run this in your boot, you can run it on your waist, on a belt, you can run it inside your waistband, outside your waistband. There's lots of ways to go ahead and carry this knife. There's a little hole here for a lanyard. Wouldn't never carry it on a lanyard. Also, you can tie some rope here if you want to go ahead and thigh tie it as well when you have it on your side, just to keep it tight to your leg. But it's pretty short, so you don't really need to do that, but some people like to go ahead and carry it that way. Coming back out here, looking at it from a knife standpoint, we have a single edge blade. We have a high carbon content in this, a little bit lower on the nickel side of the steel. So we get a really nice combination of a hard blade and a sharp blade that holds up over time, and it's very easy to resharpen. As far as size wise, on my hand, I give you an idea of where it is, just going ahead and lay it in the hand, give you an idea. And then from the handle point, you can just grab hold of it. My hand pretty much covers the whole handle, and I can slide it back just a bit to go ahead and get that nice grip going in there. We'll go ahead and put it on the measuring tape here, or the measure here. You can see it's about 3.5 inches the blade length, and the handle is about the same. So overall, we're running close to 8 inches. That's about right on. So good to go there. As far as cut test, we got a 3-strand rope. This is pretty heavy duty. Probably not what you're going to be using this knife for. This is going to be more for if you're out fishing, if you're just out camping, things like that. Not really meant for cutting heavy duty stuff. As much as more, like I said, either whether you're using it just kind of as a hidden protection type deal, or you're going to be using it to cut bait. You're going to be using it to maybe field dress small game, squirrels, rabbits, things like that. You can just do, quick field dresses and go from there. But we'll go ahead and give it some cut tests anyway. So on this 3-strand rope, it has its challenges getting through it. As you can see, that's where we finally got through it. So it takes a little bit. The blade is not super sharp as far, razor sharp. So when you're trying to cut something really thick, it's going to have a little bit difficult time getting through it. This is going to be more like boat. This is actually winch material, similar to seatbelt material. So if we try and cut it, you can see that it doesn't do the greatest job on that either. So you can get through it, but it takes a little bit. So coming down to something more like a paracord material, go ahead and run that, no problem there. And then this is a different type of rope. We'll go ahead and run a cut through there. And it just takes a little bit. It gets through it. So when it comes to rope and materials like that, it's not exactly where it's going to shine. Lighter stuff does okay. Now, as far as doing stuff like getting zip ties, things like that, you can just kind of run the point up in there, and it's going to pop it off of there. Not too much of a problem. If you want to run into, I have a bigger one I'll test out here, but let's just say we wanted to do a little bit of, we need some tent stakes or whatever it might be. See, it does fine for going through some wood. This is some bamboo, so it's not real hard. This is palmetto, so if you want to go ahead and you want to get some nice pointed palmetto stakes for something, it works really good for that. If you want to do some hole drilling, because you're going to do a drill and bow type deal for a fire, you can dig down in there and start digging out a hole. So it works, from that standpoint pretty good. That point is very, very sharp. So that's going to work out okay. And then if you're onto cardboard, opening up a package or something like that, you can see that it cuts through the cardboard. The point is very sharp as far as that goes. So it does good with those types of things. But again, if you're trying to cut thick rope, not the knife to do the job. If you're trying to cut through seatbelt material or winch strap material, you know, it gets through it, but it takes some work. You kind of have to do more of a sawing action to get through it. So really not the best choice. But again, that's not what this knife was made for. It's more of a cut bait, field dress, use it on smaller things, making points on different sticks, you know, if you're out in the woods, things like that. Or again, if you're using it for more of a self-defense protection type deal, that's more where this is going to come into play. So that's kind of how it goes with this knife here. It's not a real high-end knife, but it has its place in your arsenal of knives there, in your quiver, so to speak. Convenience as far as carry, again, boot carry, waist carry, comfortable, good grip on the handle, and the things that it is good at, it's good at. The things that it's bad at, as you can see, not the best on cutting these types of things. But you're going to find here on the channel, I'm not going to, you know, try and put you onto something that's not going to work for you. We're going to run these things through tests, and if they pass, they pass. If they fail, they fail. So in this case, it's up for you to decide. But if you have this knife, hey, leave a comment below. Let me know if you like it, if you don't like it, and if you wind up getting one, let me know. And if you have a knife that you think that you want me to go ahead and review, run it through some cut tests, doing some different things. We're going to be changing up our cut station here to some different items. But if you've got something you want me to go ahead and run a test on this channel, let me know. We'll get her done. So hey, before you bail out, go down here and hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of our knife reviews. Handle a blade. See you next time.